guys know this is a new material right night, right? Sounds like you didn't know. Well, I want to try some new stuff with you guys. You know, you seem like a good crowd, and I want to try some new jokes. I want you guys to know that these jokes are like my children. So you're not just audience, you're like midwives. And I'm going through contractions. Comedy contractions to bring these jokes into the world. So I need you guys to proverbially dab my forehead and tell me that I'm doing well. Because, you know, childbirth isn't easy. Apparently. I mean, you know, it looks painful, but there's other painful stuff. Like sometimes when you're a guy and you shave and you cut yourself and you put alcohol on there, it really stings. Which I feel like must be similar to childbirth. I assume. You know, I shouldn't start on that misogynistic note. I know that, like, it's not easy being a woman. I hear it from my fellow comics all the time. And sometimes they get backlash. People go, I'm not listening to a woman on stage. All they talk about is their periods. All they talk about is their periods. Which I think is fair enough, because I'll be honest with you people. If I bled out my dick from the age of 12, you would all know about it. You couldn't finish a conversation about trauma without me stepping into that conversation circle. You'd be like, yeah, it was terrible, man. It took me weeks of therapy after that car crash. And I'd be like, therapy? I'm bleeding out my dick! Bleeding out my dick. So I haven't seen you guys since the pandemic. You been well? Pandemic was tough, man. It was crazy. Like, you know, the pandemic made me start doing crazy things. I experienced a new emotion, which I call being borny. Anyone else ever been borny before? You probably have. If you don't know, borny is a combined word of being bored and horny. It's like you want to get off, but you can't be bothered to leave your sofa. So you start going online and trying to, like, and this is the problem with social media, because there was a time, if you broke up with somebody, you went on and moved on with your life, they moved on with their life, but social media means you can see what the fuck they're getting up to. Even if you broke up on a good note, now you can go back and find out how that person's doing. So next week I got a date with my geography teacher. Lord knows fucking why. You gotta be careful with this dating stuff. Now, has anybody here met people on dating apps? Yeah, some of you like, woo, some of you clearly lying to yourselves. See, the thing about dating apps, I don't really trust them, because I feel like if they really wanted you to find love, then you wouldn't have to keep going back. It wouldn't work as a business model if you found love the first time round. You ever think about that shit? Yeah, and also I feel like it's not about what you want when it comes to relationships, it's what you have to offer. I mean, I say this shit because I'm old school and I don't like the new dating world, because I found out something that really shook me to the core. Are you guys familiar with the term booty call? Yeah, we all know what a booty call is, but I found out about a new phenomenon called a foodie call. Some of you might not know about this, but apparently people are going on dates with people based on the restaurant they go to. One of my friends was like, Dane, I'm going on a date with this guy. I don't really like him, but we're going for sushi, and the girl's gotta eat. Now you hear all the estrogen in that laugh of the women like, ha 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 ha. And I gotta say, ladies, I'm not here to judge, just to observe, but that shit is fucked up. Because speaking as a cisgender heterosexual man, I would never go for drinks with a woman I wasn't attracted to. I would drink until she became attractive. And that's what a gentleman does. Old Adele, glurp. New Adele, all right. Sorry, that was harsh. There's some Adele fans in the room. Yeah, that sounds like a fat phobic comment, and I don't want to be that type of person. But I have made a new observation. I feel like, yes, men do discriminate horizontally. But women tend to discriminate vertically. But I'm not going to mansplain it. I'd rather check it myself. So to the ladies here, single ladies? All right, I want to ask you all a question. No judgment, keep in mind. And I'd appreciate an honest answer. Do we have a deal? Yes. All right. See, some of you are wondering why they were like, yes. Because when women say honesty, what they mean is, I want to ask you a question, and if I don't like the answer, there's going to be trouble. So ladies, I'm just saying, there's no judgment here, okay? Not going to judge you on your response. So just by show of hands, how many of the ladies in this room would be with a man 6 inches shorter than you? Well, well, well. Well, well. Feel like I've proved my point. And like I said, ladies, I'm not here to judge. Because, you know, biologically, you're told that you should go for a taller man because he can keep you safe. A tall man is stronger. You'll have taller offspring. I'm not sure about the whole safe thing because I live in London and you can get knives anywhere. I'm not sure about that. And that's the thing, like, I'm speaking on behalf of shorter men everywhere because I have something called height privilege. And means I have to represent. I feel like, you know, it's harder for short men. And the thing is, normally, women deal with a lot more discrimination when it comes to dating. I can say that. There's only a few things that, like, you know, men can do, and there's a few things that women can't do. Women can discriminate against short people, and that's fine. Women can also talk about bisexual experiences, and the outcome is positive. We're not in a world yet that can handle bi-curious men, but with women, men love that shit. Like when a guy goes on a date, he can be like, yeah, you know, and ladies like, university, it was fun. I studied chemistry. I played varsity netball. And once at a freshers party, in a game of truth or dare, I went down on one of my friends, but only for 5 seconds. And most men will be like, this is the best story I've ever been told. Like, men, you can't really do that. Men can't really be like, yeah, university was fun. Studied chemistry. Played rugby. Then for my initiation... Oh. Oh, sorry, system. That sounded kind of short, though. Did it? Was someone making fun and doing a munchkin voice? Because that is fucked up. Anyway, I digress. When you're a guy, you can't talk about bisexual experiences and people are like, yeah, you were just experimenting. People tend to take that shit for gospel. Like as a guy, you'd be like, yeah, I played rugby, studied chemistry, and then for my initiation for my rugby team, I sucked my friend's dick. And everyone would be like, I'm sorry, sir, you're using the wrong app for dating. Because if you don't know about online dating, like there's different apps for different people with different sexual orientations. Like, you know, a lot of straight people tend to use Tinder, whereas gay men use Grindr, lesbians use Just Eat. They don't, but they should. They deserve one. They deserve it. Why can't they have their own app? Why can't they have their own app? I feel like they should. And I'm just saying, you know, like, for guys like, yeah, but I only did it because I was drunk. Alcohol is never an excuse. Because I've been drunk before. Once I left the nightclub and I was trying to get like a Mickey D's for the cab ride home. So I'm outside the drive-thru and I'm like, hey, let me get a chicken legend meal because you are what you eat. I'm kind of cocky when I'm drunk, I'm really sorry. And they were like, no, sir, I'm afraid we can't serve you. And I was like, why? Why won't you serve me in this day and age? Just because I'm a black man? And the guy was like, no, I'm homeless and this is a cash point you're shouting at. And you're in a shopping trolley, sir. Like, I've been that drunk. But I've never been so drunk I've been like, hey, man, if I have one more Sambuca, I'm going to start sucking some dicks up in here. And I feel like it's the same thing with like short partners. Like when the lady's really short and she has a really tall date, no one cares. You can be 5'1", you go on a date with a 6'4" guy, everybody loves it. The next day at brunch with the ladies, everyone's like, hey there, Susan, how was your date last night? And she'd be like, it went really well. We actually made love and he picked me up while he was inside of me. And everyone's like, oh my God, Susan, you saucy minx. That's how women call each other sluts, but in solidarity. Susan. That's... Susan. You so crazy, girl. Men don't really get away with that. As a guy, let's say a guy's 5'5", he goes on a date with a 5'8" lady, his friends aren't as supportive. They're like, hey there, Kevin, how's that date last night? He's like, yeah, it went really well. We finally had sex, and she picked me up while I was inside of her. She picked me up, what, to breastfeed you? What the fuck is wrong with you, Kev? Where did you meet this woman, at WrestleMania? Stupid. I gotta go, but I'd like to ask you guys a favor. Everyone here got a phone? All right, cool. If you got a phone, please add me on all your socials. My name is Dane Baptiste. If you've enjoyed what you heard, I am doing a show at the Soho Theatre from the 8th to the 11th of August. And if you enjoyed what you heard, it won't be in that show because I feel like you deserve more. But it'll be a great show. Check it out. In the meantime, have a wonderful week. I'll see you around. My name has been Dane Baptiste. You've been amazing. Thank you very much for listening. Let me ask you guys a question. You ever seen a job getting stolen before?